Welcome to the Gentlemen's Club Live with your host, the Commissioner, and the three-time champ, Andrew Simon. This guy's been in the championship game in the last 2 years, and he's won 50% of the time. It's Eric Hastert. And this guy is in a 10-man league. We've had 9 different champions, but he's not one of them. It's Brian Hastert.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Hey, number one, number two. The Hastert's on top. We're here to bring you the final episode of the season. Hopefully you're watching, as K-State should be at halftime. I think they're winning that game. I think I took NC State. How's it going, Brian? Welcome back.
All right.
Cool. He's had Lyme's problems for the last 50 days.
It's mold, but all right.
He's got mold problems, moldy house, moldy life. Yeah. Let's go ahead and just get into it a little bit here. Look at the playoff bracket. It's been a tough, hard-fought season. We're down to our championship game. The number 1 and the number 2 seed made it through the gauntlet, and the gauntlet it was. Caleb and Simon having a little bit of an underwhelming week in the second round of playoffs. We'll get into that in just a second. How you feeling, Brian? You feeling good?
It's getting better, but every day has its challenges,
I meant more like, hey, you're in the championship again. He's back.
Brittany Murphy died from mold poisoning. Look that up, boys.
Yeah.
But it ain't fun. But yeah, we're out here, low energy and ready to rock. So.
She also didn't get medical attention at all. So
yeah, her husband was psycho.
Yeah, and you're out of that moldy house. So
it takes about a couple months to get better. But
yeah,
we're getting there.
Anyways, we're going to get into last week a little bit. We're going to get into the preview of the game, and then we're going to bring you some season awards. It's going to be exciting. It's called the Genties. Okay, we'll get there. But let's go ahead. Let's just take a quick look to see if there was any waiver pickups that helped anybody. Not really. I spent a lot on T. Higgins. I didn't start him, and it fucked me. Not really. I still won, but, he had 22 points. Thank you, Dylan, right here for picking up Devin Singletary.
Was this last week?
Yeah, blocking Caleb.
Oh, if you go to –
okay.
Yeah,
I will. But actually, Singletary scored less than Gus Edwards, so it probably would have been better if Caleb had started him over Gus, which I think he was going to do. You want to look at this week's?
No, I was going to look at Thursday.
What?
I picked up Amari Cooper for free.
Oh, yeah.
Brian scored 50 points for him.
Brian picked up Amari Cooper for free, and he got 50 points. Let's just go ahead and get into last week here. We'll pop on a little bit of the old music, y'all. All right, looking at last week, we're going to go ahead and just pop up the box score. Me and Caleb, this one was a close one. Caleb, I'll be the first to admit, I got very fucking lucky here. Very lucky because, whoa, what the hell? Don't need that. Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, it's the two goats. Yeah, we're here. We know. Thank you. Thanks, Seabass. I got lucky. And it's because it takes luck in the playoffs to win the championship. It takes skill to get to the playoffs. It takes luck to finish it out because basically once you get to the playoffs, every team in the playoffs is somewhat good. They had to have done something to be good to make it there. At this point, it's all luck. Caleb's team, actually pretty solid all around. Had a bad week out of his defense and Laporta when you really needed it, and James Cook. James Cook has been cooking, and he did not against the Chargers, which was very surprising. So that really hurt you. Going into Sunday, was it Sunday or Monday? Monday. Wasn't looking good for me. I had single-digit points from every single person. Every single person. 0.7 Jordan Addison. I took out David Montgomery that morning and put in Jordan Addison thinking, I need a home run play because the rest of my team has done nothing. But luckily the 0.7 points didn't mean anything in the end because Jalen Hurts, Jake Elliott, and Breece Hall put up some damn points for me, got me that lead I needed, and it came close on Monday Night Football. Ayuk almost got it for you. He had 2 points in the first half. Ended with 14, almost had a touchdown, but it didn't work out for you, Caleb. I'm sorry. Your team's good. It's good. Mine's just a little bit better.
Yeah, and losing by 2, there's going to be so many what ifs for Caleb the next couple of months before we start the season again. I mean, like you said, I got force-fed that last drive. Every target was to him. If your field goal kicker didn't get that lucky call at the end of half, like Caleb said, that was pretty lucky. 2 more sacks by the Cowboys. I mean, what else? A Tyreek Hill drop. I think he dropped a 30-yarder. Like,
it's fantasy football. That's what it's all about. I snuck in this year, my third time back to back in the championship. Where you at, Justin? Oh wait, you didn't even make playoffs.
Woo-hoo.
Moving on to
all right
now, Simon and Brian. This one was not very close.
Ooh.
I thought it would be a lot closer. Simon kind of had some bad weeks out of some good players. Looking at his team, Pacheco, he got hurt, didn't he? Yeah. He got hurt in this game. He was actually having a pretty solid game until he got hurt. A.J. Brown, pretty much a down week for him. Anything under 15 points.
He's been playing bad for a while.
Debo was on a hot streak. He kind of had a very quiet game. I kind of took everything from him. Purdy also played like shit. And Njoku, actually a really good pickup the last few weeks. I actually looked. You drafted Njoku and then dropped him.
He didn't play very well for a while.
Yeah, I know. You drafted him, dropped him. A-Ray picked him up, dropped him, and then you picked him back up. And he kind of helped you get to where you were. Jonathan Taylor, an okay game. Colts had 1 point. That sucks. And McManus with 0. That's a killer right there. Not a good week out of your team other than CMC. He is the GOAT. He's the best player in fantasy. Brian's team otherwise did well. Amari Cooper, though. That's the real reason Brian won here. Without Amari Cooper, who knows?
Pick above the year. Well, I would have started.
It's not really pick up of the year because he had been picked up and dropped.
I would have started Nico Collins, who would have got me like 15 or something, 11. And so I would have been down 35 points. And then if he would have started Puka, who got him 28, I think he might have beat me. But still, I don't know if he was ever going to start Puka over Jonathan Taylor. He would have got netted 18 more points.
A lot of what ifs here as well. Not much you can do, Simon, when someone drops 46 on you. Brian, putting up a lot of points. I don't know if he'll do it again this week. We'll see.
Kenneth Walker might not even play, so I don't know if I have a flex this week, but we'll talk about that.
We will get into our games later. We'll get into that matchup. But before we do that, let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and get into some genties, boys. I don't have an intro for it because I didn't have time to really make one. So we'll just do this. Yo, coming at you live from Kansas City, Kansas. It's the glorious Hasterts, bringing you the first annual Genty Awards. Woohoo! That was weird. All right, we're gonna. I guess there's not really any screen here, but we'll put that up for now. So first things first. First award for the year. We're gonna go with. Where is it? Comeback Team of the Year. This one's going to go to A-Ray.
Oh, I see some ass kissing here for your loss.
I'm giving it to A-Ray. A-Ray struggled through most of the season. He had a 4% chance to make the playoffs. He overcame all odds, and he did make the playoffs. Once again, he got the 6th seed, and once again, he lost in the first round. And once again, he's going to have a middle of the draft pick next year. A-Ray, good job. Honorable mention, though, would be Mitch. He started out very bad, but he went on a tear there midseason towards the end. Almost made the playoffs, but did not come through.
Those teams were mid. No cap, homie. On God.
Yeah, they were mid. Mitch's team actually looked pretty good compared to everyone else's. But A-Ray, congrats. Comeback Team of the Year. We're just going to move along here. We're going to go – I have 2 of those. We're going to go with waiver pickup of the year. This one was a tie, in my opinion. Of course, Brian thinks he deserves it solo, but it's going to go to 2 people. It's going to go to Simon. Simon got Puka Nacua for, I think, $56 after week 1 or 2. And then a tie goes to Brian. He got Kyron Williams for $36, I believe.
Top 5 of their positions as well. And they're both on the Rams, which is funny.
Yeah, they are both on the Rams. Rams actually surprised a lot of people this year with how good they were because they were supposed to be pretty fucking terrible. What is this shit? Get out of here. So if you go look at running backs,
Oh, and Kyron was hurt for 2 games, I think. I know he was on IR half the season.
yeah, Kyron missed
So I
a
guess
lot
he's
of
not
weeks.
top 5, but
He is. He's the 5th ranked running back right now, off waivers. That's pretty solid.
and had he not missed those games, probably number 3.
Everyone else around him was drafted. And then if you look at the wide receivers, I think Puka is also top 5, top 7.
He was also hurt a game or 2, right?
No, I don't think so. But yeah, pretty good pickups there. Congrats to you guys. You guys are waiver wizards.
How much money do we win?
You get nothing. You get a Genty award. That'll be coming in the mail. We're going to go move on. I think we're going to go with the best keeper of the year. Obviously based on keepers, where they were kept. I'm going to go with anyone 4th round or later. Otherwise, it's Simon who kept CMC. Clearly, he's the best in fantasy, so good job keeping him. But it was a 1st-round keeper, not too exciting. There were a lot of different options here. I think I'm going to go with A-Ray with James Cook, only because James Cook has been tearing it up this year. He did trade him, unfortunately.
For who again?
He got Najee and I think George Kittle.
So pretty terrible.
It didn't work. It worked out in Caleb's favor for sure. So Caleb, hopefully you don't think you can keep James Cook next year because he will be a 1st-rounder if you keep him. But A-Ray, good job. Honorable mention was myself. Jalen Hurts, 5th round. He's the number 2 overall quarterback right now. I think he was going in like the 2nd round of most drafts. So pretty good value there. But let's not much to talk about there. Worst keeper. Who's this going to?
Patrick Mahomes in the 4th?
No, I wouldn't say that. Who's your buster? Worst keeper of the year?
Dylan he was really, really hyped about Garrett Wilson in the 8th, but obviously you didn't see that coming.
That's 3rd-party factors. Rodgers got hurt. Not much you can do about that.
I would say Eckler probably in the 1st.
Eckler is my pick too. Justin Miller getting the worst keeper of the year. Austin Eckler in the 1st round. He just sucked. He got hurt. The team sucked.
He's old. He's like
he
30.
Didn't have a lot of good weeks. He was kind of a wasted spot. And you went on to draft like 4 other running backs after that. Other than Etienne, none of them really panned out for you. So Miller, worst keeper of the year. We'll move on to highest score award. Who is that?
Probably Dylan.
Let's just take a look here who the highest score award was.
Oh, weird. You know which week it is exactly.
Oh, wait. No, I don't. I thought I did. Wait, where the fuck is it?
What kind of shit are you looking up? Look at your ads, bro. You got like old-time women with the bras on.
It's like I live in a house with a woman. It's all there.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I thought I had it here. Where was it? We'll find it. I'm struggling. It was, I think I played Caleb. And he was angry.
Just go to your schedule if you know it was you.
It was me. I put up 175 points.
Go to league schedule. There you go.
It was the highest score of the season on Caleb.
All times, though, still 200, right?
I don't remember. We would need Simon for that. This was just an ass beating on Caleb. I mean, DJ Moore had 45. Brees Hall had 27. My quarterback had 31.
Oh, that was the Thursday Night Massacre.
That was bad. DJ Moore, hopefully he can do that again. Zach Ertz, who's a free agent now, was on my team at that point. That's weird. And my kicker only had 1 point in that game. Crazy. Sorry, Caleb. I beat Caleb 3 times this year. I beat him 3 times
this year. Kick your ass, boy.
Sorry, Caleb. That really, really sucks for you. Most engaged fan award. Yeah, well, we'll go ahead and go give that to you there, Seabass. Thanks for tuning in. You probably tuned in more than anyone in my actual league. He's my best friend at work and in life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's the biggest Scotty Graves fan out there. Speaking of, let's just go ahead and freaking throw on some Scotty Graves here.
He's terrible.
Probably can't hear it. Anyways, high score of the year was 175. There were a couple, I think Caleb broke 170 also at one point, but I think he's 173. Which actually leads us to the next award. I'm going to go ahead and call this the Baller Award. Ballin'!
Oh, yikes.
It's going to Caleb. Why is it going to Caleb?
Because you feel bad.
Because Caleb hit 160 club twice this year.
Oh.
Nobody else hit 160 this year, but Caleb hit it twice. Yeah, I don't know.
But
what
it definitely
those
wasn't.
fucking ads
He
are,
definitely
but-
didn't hit it last week, right?
No, he definitely did not.
Yeah,
hit
he
that.
didn't.
He
Okay,
didn't
just
hit
making
that last week. He needed to hit it last week. It would have won him his week. But Caleb hitting that 160 club twice. Let's just take a quick peek here. 173. Ooh, it was against Brian in week 8, and then he also had 168 here against Dustin. That was actually a key win for Caleb there, getting him to that 5th spot. But yeah, Caleb, you were balling this season. You had the most points in the league, but sometimes it just comes down to shit old luck to make it to the championship. A couple more awards here, and we be going to something else.
I want to insert the Travesty Award just because I feel bad for this person.
Travesty Award coming in.
I feel bad for Dustin's team. He was looking really good the first 3 quarters of the season. He was number 1 or 2 the whole time.
Yeah.
Then just fell apart. Tony Pollard, absolute trash. Justin Fields started doing terrible.
Yeah, he was up there for worst keeper, but I think he's still
He's still doing good now, but he
Why
had
is it
15 or 20 carries in the red zone or on the 2-yard line or something. Only had 2 touchdowns off of it. So that costed him. He had Mike Evans, who was tearing it up this year.
he still got him in the 8th round, and I mean he's still a top 15 running back, so that's not terrible. He was definitely disappointing based on where he was actually getting drafted, which was the 1st or 2nd round.
Well, he also had Stevenson who got hurt. Kelsey has just not been Kelsey this year.
Yeah. That was up there for worst draft pick as well, just because you took him in the 1st round, and
Took
he's
him
tight
3rd
end.
pick overall.
He's tight end 3. And typically when you take someone in the 1st round, they need to be far and above everybody else.
Well, if you're taking a tight end in the first even 2 rounds, you expect him to be the top 2 tight end.
Yeah. All right, moving on. So we did best and worst keeper. Let's just go ahead and do worst draft pick of the year.
We already did this, didn't we?
No, we didn't.
Oh, we did keeper.
That's where we get kind of a good segue. Kelsey was up there as far as worst draft pick for me. I think number 1.
Just side note, I don't know if you guys watched the New Heights podcast this week, but you can clearly tell how frustrated he is. How he kind of said it's everyone's fault, but you can tell that it's the receiver's fault not getting open, so he's getting triple teamed every game.
Yeah. I meant to mention Brian did hit 160 club one time. Nobody else hit 160 this year. Just us 3. Worst draft pick. I really want to give it to Mitch for taking Jamar Chase 1st overall. He's the number 10 wide receiver right now, but he is hurt.
Again, you said third party scenarios situation.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Joe Burrow was healthy. He just sucked. And then he got hurt, obviously. But he was still doing okay with Jake Browning. But you got to think, if you're taking this person 1st overall, you're hoping this is the best person in fantasy football.
So
obviously, you can't take CMC or someone else who was kept, Justin Jefferson. That was one of my top ones. He also took Jalen Waddle in the 2nd. He's number wide receiver 25 right now, so that was also
he gets hurt every game.
a
Nick
bad
Chubb
pick.
would also be another one I would put up there too. He was drafted number 6.
But in my opinion, the worst draft pick of the year was Matt Breida. Justin Miller took Matt Breida. It was in the 10th round, but no, that's not what I wanted to go. Didn't really make a difference on your team or not, but you did actually spend a draft pick on Matt Breida, which nobody knew why. We still don't know why. You're going to lose a bet to Dustin. Bad draft pick, bad just everything overall.
But you know who he could have gotten in the 10th round? Who we could segue this into the best pick of the draft?
Yeah, we're going to go to best draft pick of the year, people that Miller could have taken here. So before we get to the best draft pick, I have some honorable mentions. Honorable mention would be Rashee Rice in the 11th round. A-Ray,
I tried to trade him so many times.
That was a good pick. He could be a good keeper next year. Achane in the 11th round. It looked great for a while. He got hurt. He's still going to be good. He hasn't been good the last couple weeks.
He had 2 good games and people freaked out thinking he was going to be the next
Well,
Jesus.
he had more than 2 good games, bro. Like,
He had like 2 or 3 really good games and then nothing. Look, I promise.
no, Achane had
He had 3
3
good
games, and then
and
he
then he had one
came
more.
back from injury, had 23. Everything was looking good, but yeah, he's kind of been a dud lately. But he is still.
And look who
he has
he
a
did it
lingering
on.
toe injury right
He did
now.
it on Washington, Denver, Giants.
Buffalo
Those 3 are
Giants.
easy. Buffalo was actually pretty good, but the other 3.
Yeah, but
Terrible.
I mean, it could be a good keeper next year. Another couple honorable mentions: Sam Laporta in the 11th round, going to the baller Caleb. Number 1 tight end this year. Caleb got him in the 11th round. Miller, you could have had any of these people that we were talking about right now. And then also honorable mention myself, Kamara, got him in the 8th. Another good possible keeper. He's like a top 5 running back, 6 running back, and he missed 3 games. So good pick. But now, the overall best pick in the draft.
It's not Hastert, is it?
It's Mostert. Mostert was taken in the 11th round. He is currently sitting at RB2. Brian's not even starting him this week.
I don't know yet. He's hurt.
But Raheem Mostert was a steal. People were kind of questioning,
He broke the Dolphins' record for most touchdowns.
do we want Raheem Mostert? Because he's injury prone. Jeff Wilson's still there. They drafted Achane. None of that mattered.
No one believed.
He was still pretty Mr. Consistent. He had some down weeks, as anyone would. But you got way more good weeks than you did bad weeks.
I drafted him on my franchise team on Madden, so I said I got to stick to my guns and draft him.
He had a few boom weeks, which kind of inflated his numbers and overall rank. But to get the number 2 running back in the 11th round is the steal of the century. So good job, Brian.
Thanks.
That's awesome. Good job.
Thanks.
Yeah. But that's really all we have for the Genties. I'm glad you watched. If you're watching, I don't think you are, but maybe you'll watch a little later. Let's go ahead and get to
I wonder who it
the
is.
showdown of the week. Championship matchup. It's me versus him. It's me versus my new roommate over here. He gonna get his ass kicked out if he beats me. That's what I'm gonna say. But damn, if this isn't fitting for a championship, I think we do have 2 of the best teams in the championship this year. Last time me and Brian played this year, smoked them, 152 to 119. We are projected dead even. Brian's got a 0.1 advantage right now. We're going to go ahead and take a look because it starts tonight, boys. It starts here in 40 minutes.
And I'm glad they said Cooper's out because that made that decision easy.
Amari Cooper is out in
consider
case you
starting
have
him.
him in any other league. He's not playing tonight. I know Seabass had Amari Cooper in there, but he's going to have to put in.
Is Seabass
DJ
in your
Moore.
work championship?
He is in the work
Oh,
championship.
against A-Ray?
Yeah. Stick around, Seabass. We might review your team after we're done.
Let's take a look.
So let's take a look, Brian. You can you just talk about your team.
So this is my 4th time being in a championship. I've lost 3, so if I lose 4 in a row of the times I've been there, I'll be the next Bills. You know, they went to 4 Super Bowls, didn't win 1. Mahomes playing terrible. I don't even trust him against Cincinnati. Bijan's actually playing decent, but the weather's supposed to be bad, so who knows how that pans out. I like Kyron against the Giants. He could actually get 15-20. Olave's been playing well, but he's hurt. Nico Collins has Stroud back. Stroud back, so he should be good. Likely mediocre, and then Walker's been sucking. So
He's likely mediocre.
yeah, and then I guess 49ers could put up some numbers against
49ers
Washington.
should put up numbers against Washington.
Against who's starting? It's like
It's Jacoby Brissett.
and then Aubrey at home in the Dome. You know how he do. I'm thinking I put up about 120, 130, and I think Eric's gonna put up about 160. So.
Whoa, Brian's put me in the 160 club again. Just looking at the positional ranks, I mean, all my guys are in the top 15, top 10. Brian's over here, not as good
Well, it's just not in there,
overall, but it doesn't matter. It's a weekly game, so these guys could all pop off. My guys could pop off. But let's take a look at the number 1 team in the league.
My players have been injured. If they weren't injured, they'd be
Jalen Hurts, number 2 overall. He's playing Arizona. That is a juicy matchup. Could it end up like last week where they just run the ball in the
And
second half?
Swift actually gets the touchdowns.
Swift
Yeah,
gets all the
that'd be great.
touchdowns. It could happen. We don't know. Saquon with a very tough matchup here, but he had one last week. Still popped off 18 points.
That's not the Rams aren't that good anymore. Bro.
They're the number 2. We can go to my playbook. This gives us a better matchup look for the games. Saquon 2-star matchup. I guess that's okay, not great. Stephon Diggs has been shit the last 6 weeks. First 6 weeks of the season, he had 100 yards and like averaged 20 fantasy points. The last 6 weeks, he's averaging 9 fantasy points.
This will be the week he's going to go off.
He does typically do good versus New England, so I'm really hoping for a good week out of him. DJ Moore has been hit or miss lately. He did get hurt last week. An okay matchup against Atlanta. I'm really hoping that DJ Moore pops off again. We missed that. We need that. Trey McBride, he was also on there for a waiver pickup of the year just because he's now like a top 5 tight end, and I got him off waivers, so that's pretty good. Breece Hall, hard to bench somebody who put up 40 points last week. He does have a tough matchup. I'm also playing the defense that he's going against. I know that seems counterproductive, but Breece Hall is basically their offense. So I assume he can at least get me 10 points, and the Browns could still get me 10 points, and I'd be okay with that. And then Jake Elliott, no one cares about kickers. But he did save my week last week. I'm projected to win on Fantasy Pros. It's giving me the edge here by 4.2%.
I like that.
So Brian is just a little bit of an underdog here. It's any man's game. Will Brian get his first championship? Will I get my third * championship in a row? We'll see.
Didn't they say usually when you win the golf tournament, you win the championship? Is that what they say?
I don't think that's what they say, bro, at all. Never have they said that in their life.
Okay, my
bad. But yeah, it's looking like it's going to be a close game. It's going to get heated here this weekend. We might live stream it, maybe. We'll see. I don't know.
No one will care. No one
Are
cares.
we ready? I guess not.
I'm ready. I'm ready to whip his ass. I'm ready to take another championship. If you can see this, we all know Justin's was a fraud. We all know I should have won last year, and I took that personally. Very personally. That's why I'm back. Yeah, I'm gonna take Brian in this one though. I think he gets his first championship.
I'm taking it. I'm giving it to Eric.
He's gonna take me. We gotta reverse karma ourselves. Anyways, that's all we got.
We're gonna do bets. Or?
TGC, okay. You guys can tune out. We're gonna go ahead and just take a look at old Seabass's matchup here in our work league. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. What? I don't know if he's still watching or not, but we'll look at it.
I don't know.
Oh wait, I don't want to do matchup.
I don't think he is.
That's all right. We'll just take a quick look. This is my work league. I got screwed. The guy I played against put up 170.
Who's the left?
This is his team.
Is it a 2-week playoff?
Nope. Seabass's team has been cooking. He does have Amari Cooper. He had to bench, so he threw in DJ Moore. He's got Puka. He's got CD. Eckler and Henry, not the best, but they do have good matchups this week.
He's going to win 100%.
And then Justin Fields at Atlanta. Her team, it's okay. Breece Hall's good. Josh Allen's good. Tyreek's good. Devontae hasn't been good. No one else on our team has been good. So I think Seabass cooks here. I think he's going to take it. He's going to win that work league for the first time. And then Brian wanted to do some bets, so we'll do one final TGC
we should have the awards after this week.
parlay. No, I'm not doing another one after this week.
If you won, you probably would have.
Is there a boost tonight?
There was, but it had Cooper in it, so I don't know.
Damn.
I did each quarterback to complete 25 passes. I know it's crazy, but
that is stupid. All right, so what do you want to do for the...
Let's each do 3 legs, go. I think Jerome Ford probably. Yeah. The Jets don't have a great...
Yeah, but they also don't run it very well.
The Browns?
Yeah. Jerome Ford hasn't broke like 30 yards in like the last 4 weeks.
You pick them, you do your legs.
I mean, what are his rushing props? 47.5?
Who? I'd say Brees and Ford over 45.
Jerome Ford, 40-plus yards. I like that.
And Brees. Actually, do Brees Hall's receiving.
You can take his rushing and receiving. 80?
What? For parlay, you can?
Yeah.
Where do you see that?
Oh, wait, maybe I can't.
You can't. I'm just going to do his receiving
I'm on
because he gets so
same
many
game parlay.
depth off.
Here we go. Go ahead and get rid of that. I think it's the same over here, though. Brees Hall, alt receiving. What are you doing? 25? Yes, please.
For Brees, yeah. 3 more legs.
Where
I like Njoku
is-
as well. Njoku's receiving yards, 40. Actually, I might do 50.
Jerome Ford, 40 yards. Who?
Njoku for 50 receiving yards since Cooper's out.
My buddy texted me and asked, Njoku or Kittle?
Njoku.
I don't know. I think I'd go Kittle here. They play Washington.
Is this your boy?
No, this is another friend at work. Njoku or Kittle? Put it in the chat. Wait, nobody's watching.
Joe didn't even watch, bro.
Wow, Joe, that sucks. Player passing yards. I think I'm going to take under for Flacco in this game. No Amari Cooper.
No, I'm going to do, for him, I'm going to do over of 200 yards.
Okay, Brian wants to do Joe Flacco 200 alt
It's a
passing.
revenge game for him.
It is, but they also play the Jets, bro.
They're not that good.
Okay, Flacco alt 200 and then
And
one
last
more
leg.
leg. With no Amari Cooper, what about Elijah Moore?
Where did Njoku?
I didn't do a Joker.
Didn't it? What's your 5th leg?
What did you do for his receiving?
40 or 50? I think I did 40. Yeah, I did. No, I did 50 for him.
Oh, man, that's scary.
Not really. It's projected like 60.
All right, there it is.
Wait, I want to do one more.
No, we'll do 4 legs on the old
Put
TGC.
$20 on it, man.
4 legs here. We got Njoku Anytime TD coming in from Seabass. If you want to add that on, do it. I don't hate it. But we try to do a 4 leg here, something a little safer. Plus 450 is not bad. Lock it in. Lock it out.
Time
All
to
right.
lock it in.
To all those in championships and other leagues, I'm in 3 actually. 3 of 5, just FYI. Good luck this week. I hope you guys have success. As much success as I have in the last 3 years. Best team in the league. Don't forget it. Fraud. All right. We'll see you all next year. Have a good one.